This is my Bellator 242 picks and predictions. First off, we have Rudy Shafroth versus Raz Hilton. I'm going to Rudy Shafroth. Raz Hilton is like a 2-day last-minute replacement. So usually it never works out for them, for people who come in last minute. So Rudy Shafroth. Rafian Stotts versus Cass Bell. I'm going to go with Cass Bell. Cass Bell is a taller fighter. He's lankier. He's got a bigger range, so if he just keep Stotts at bay, he should be good. And if it goes down to the ground, Bell's he has good wrestling, and I just think every time I've seen Bell fight, he's always trying to finish. And it doesn't matter if he's on the cage, if they're in the middle of the cage, they're on the ground. It doesn't matter. Cass Bell. Jake Smith versus Mark Lemminger. I'm gonna go with Mark Lemminger. Kind of feel bad for the guy. He's been trying to make his Bellator debut for the past couple of cards or months, really, man. And I think he's itching. He's ready to get in the cage. He's ready to win. He's ready to show everyone who he is. And plus, he's also the best fighter, best welterweight fighter coming out of the state of Wisconsin. So I've got to say something. And then plus, Jake Smith's kind of another last-minute replacement. This fight almost didn't go through. Mark Lemminger almost had to postpone his Bellator debut again. So Mark Lemminger all the way. Aaron Pico versus Solo Hatley Jr. Aaron Pico. I'm going for Aaron Pico. Big Aaron Pico fan. Dude has power in his hands. And every fight he's ever been in, every win, every loss, ended in a KO. So, when this guy fights, you want to tune in. Something crazy is going to happen. And then next fight is Taiwan Claxton versus JJ Wilson. And this one was really hard for me to pick, man. This is like, JJ has good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skills. He's good on the ground, and that's his specialty, man. And undefeated, 5-0. But Taiwan Claxton, good wrestler, very explosive fighter. They're both up-and-comers. They're both prospects, and kind of like this. But I'm just going to give Taiwan Claxton the edge just by the slightest. But you never know. Anything can happen. Next, you have Jordan Mean versus Jason Jackson. And I'm going with Jason Jackson. Jordan Mean has been fighting the cage in about 2 years. Jason Jackson trying to get in there, He's fighting all the time. He had a close loss to Ed Ruth, which people say, hey, man, he really won that fight, or, ooh, the judges got it wrong, or that was too close to call. Either way, that was a good fight. That's a really nice fight. And then he just came off a win, decision win, I believe. And Jordan Mean has been in the cage in 2 years. I mean, he has the experience. He knows how it is to be in a cage. He knows he knows the process of fighting. He knows how it is. He's been there. He's got 31 wins, 12 losses. He's no joke either. But Jason Jackson, to come back and you're fighting Jason Jackson, that's not an easy fight. So I'm going to go with Jason Jackson. And then the main event, you got Ricky Bandejas versus Sergio Pettis. I really like this fight. I'm going for Ricky Bandejas because, one, I believe he's the underdog in this fight. I really believe people don't give him as much respect as he needs because he's really good in the stand-up game. He recently went to American Top Team, and he's working on his ground game, which he really needs to worry about when he fights Sergio Pettis. Sergio Pettis is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's really quick. He used to be the 125 weight class, and those 125ers, man, those flyweights, they can swing fast, man. They're really quick. But Ricky, he's good with his range. He's good at, he's really kind of like a lanky fighter. He's really good with the range. He's good with his distance. It's going to be a good fight. And Ricky's also hung in there with some tough fighters. He hung in there with Juan Archuleta, he's another stud, man. And his other loss in Bellator is to Patrick Mix, but that was a submission, and that's that ground game he's got to work on. And I mean, he made the transition. He's been, I believe, an American Top Team in Florida for just about a year now. So hopefully he's learned something there. And there's a lot of good fighters, a lot of good coaches down there. It's a really good gym. But Sergio Pettis, he's no slump. He's no joke. He's gonna bring the fight, and it's gonna be a good one, man. But I'm going to go for the underdogs. Always, man. Ricky Bandejas. All right. You have a good one, everyone. These are my Bellator 242 picks.